Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the evening news at Media Channel, the one channel that never misses a craze. And for today's hot topic, we have prepared something for you about fashion. It is the latest craze for young people. It happened here in Brussels on a fashion event that we are going to talk about. So, for that topic, I've invited myself a guest. Welcome, C. Green.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I hope we have a nice discussion about fashion, about the thing that matters to young people and they really care about. So this is important for them. You participated at the event on fashion. So your first impressions, how was it?
It was nice. It was interesting.
Yeah, a lot of fashion happening in one place.
Yes, a lot of fashion. But why? Why to talk about fashion? I mean, why don't we talk about much more interesting things?
Excuse me, what? About?
Much more interesting things like youth participation, opportunities, empowerment, media coverage for youth programs.
Well, let's keep focused for now on fashion. Maybe we could talk more of the event that happened.
No, let's forget about the event because that's not the important thing that we want. We want to make things in our own, and fashion, it's not in our top priority.
I don't think that
we
have time for that
participation.
Now, right?
We have time, and this is our time, and we are going to use time because we want to do things in our way, and we want to have our news. Guys, come on, let's have our news.
Come on, guys, come on. This is our time. Let's take the show. This is our show.
Hello dear friends, welcome here in our Wedia show. It's very important to be here because we previously overtook the show and now we are going to make a very important topic, to discuss about very important topic which is youth participation. And with us is Mil Forrest.
Hello, enjoy the show.
Thank you, Mil, for being here. Now, to convince you about this, let's listen some of the interviews we took in a very big youth event happening here in Brussels.
Participation is important to me because the youngest you get involved in your community, the youngest you'll be part of the solution and you'll make the world a better place.
Okay, youth participation is important for me because it stimulates civic consciousness and it formulates a citizen of a country.
I participate in society in a television. I make television, so I'm able to share my thoughts, my topics with the whole country.
Wow, it was really interesting to hear all these opinions from young people.
Yeah, thank you. That's great to hear. And now, you know, I found in this event when I was taking these interviews, I found a message that 99% of the news are not presented on TVs. Can you imagine? And now let's hear Karine and Violet talking about education.
Hi everyone, I am Violet. I am here in Belgium in the Youth in Participation and Democracy meeting hosted by BIDGE, which is an agency in Belgium that involves itself in democracy and social justice. And I'm so pleased to meet lots of young people here from different parts of the world talking about how to challenge social injustice. How nice is that? Yesterday, me and my colleagues in another room were talking about education and how to use education to impact on social injustice. How do we challenge social injustice using education globally? And we got several insights from different people on whether or not education is really a tool that can be used to fight injustice. In my view, yes and no. Firstly, education is an integral part of enhancing social awareness about injustice all over the world. If you talk to people who are educated, they're easier to understand, they're easier to discuss, to mobilize, and to stand out against injustice of all forms. However, with continuous privatization of education in different countries. In my country, Kenya, it is very difficult these days to see young people together, caucusing together, because we have two groups of people. Young people who've been in private schools, therefore they're elitist, their families are wealthy, their views are narrow, slightly narrow, because they only have one perspective of life. In the other, the so-called common people who went to state public schools, they tend to care a lot about social injustice because they see exclusion from the elitist groups as a form of injustice, which I agree. And therefore, me and my colleagues have decided that we will use every forum and we will make education an equal right to every citizen. Hence, we are calling for universal inclusion, universal education, free for all. I will now pass on to my colleague Karine from Canada to tell us how the situation is in Canada. Karine.
Bonjour, donc je suis Karine Belly, je suis animatrice de vie spirituelle et d'engagement communautaire au Québec. Alors moi, j'ai le privilège de pouvoir éduquer les futurs citoyens de demain à changer le monde d'un geste à la fois. Et donc nous, au Québec, on a la chance justement que l'école soit gratuite, soit publique. Et les élèves sont très, très, très motivés à changer les choses, à combattre les différentes injustices sociales. Et ils sont très touchés aussi à ce qui se passe ailleurs dans le monde. Donc au quotidien, avec eux, j'essaie de faire différents projets qui touchent à des belles valeurs qui sont à la base de la justice sociale, soit la démocratie, l'écologie, le pacifisme et la solidarité. Et d'ailleurs, les élèves sont très sensibilisés. Ils veulent en apprendre davantage sur qu'est-ce qui se passe ailleurs. Et donc, c'est assez comique parce qu'en ce moment, on fait justement un projet pour aider des jeunes du Kenya. Alors, c'est bien d'être à côté de ma collègue ici qui est du Kenya. Donc, les élèves ont été touchés par ce qui se passe là-bas. Donc, c'est pas malheureusement tous les enfants, dont les petites filles, qui peuvent avoir accès à l'éducation là-bas. Donc, on fait un projet avec Enfants entre Aides, qui est un organisme à but non lucratif, et on essaie de ramasser des sous, donc avec notre projet, donc de façon écologique aussi, parce qu'on récupère des vieux déchets électroniques, et on a trouvé une compagnie qui s'appelle Terrassé, qui va nous donner un montant d'argent pour chacun des objets, des déchets électroniques qu'on va ramasser pour le jour de la Terre, et ça va être notre façon de financer notre projet afin de construire une école au Kenya. Donc, c'est un geste à la fois. Tous ensemble, je pense qu'on peut faire la différence. Et c'est très intéressant d'être ici, de pouvoir partager avec les autres et de voir comment que les réalités sont différentes par rapport à l'éducation d'un pays à l'autre. Et si nous, au Québec, on peut faire notre part pour aider les jeunes du Kenya, eh bien, je trouve que c'est formidable. Donc, merci beaucoup.
Wow, as I can see, we have young people from all over the world. Don't you think that's amazing?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And after education, we'll have another very interesting topic to share about you. It is about social exclusion and discrimination. And this intervention will be presented to you by Boyan and Sana.
Thank you, Milan C. We are not experts, but we will discuss about one problem or phenomenon in our countries. It's a problem of no acceptance of cultural differences in our countries. Reasons are different, and can say that the biggest reason is nationalism between young people. Also big ethnocentrism, less little education between young people, because they don't widen their horizons, and also they don't travel a lot, so they didn't meet other culture differences, and they close, and also can say that social classes are a big problem, and poverty is also in these problems.
Et je pense que, comme l'a dit Boyan, toutes ces raisons, tout ça crée une sorte d'exclusion, et ça crée le clivage, ça crée la division, et qu'il y a un moyen de changer les choses, c'est au moins de se réunir et de se dire qu'on a un stigmate, on est victime de préjugés, de stéréotypes, où on fait un repli sur nous-mêmes, on ne réagit pas et on se laisse faire, ou à un moment donné on décide de se battre, de combattre, de dénoncer des choses. Et j'ai peut-être une petite expérience par rapport à ça, un exemple à donner par rapport à ce que j'ai pu vivre moi. C'est, j'étais en secondaire, en 5e je pense, ou 6e, et j'ai rencontré un prof d'orientation. Je lui ai dit que je voulais faire des sciences politiques. Et elle m'a dit, j'étais un peu dans une école qu'on peut appeler en Belgique une école ghetto. Et elle m'a dit que je devais à un moment donné être réaliste, que ça allait peut-être être un peu trop difficile pour moi, que ça n'allait pas être possible. Du coup, c'est une réaction qui m'a choquée, qui m'a attristée, qui m'a troublée. Et à un moment donné, je me suis dit, j'étais confuse et je me suis dit, ça a été, pour moi maintenant, je peux dire que ça a été une expérience parce que j'ai décidé à un moment donné de ne pas l'écouter, de penser par moi-même, de faire ce que j'avais envie de faire et de foncer pour ça. Donc, quand vous êtes victime de préjugés ou de stéréotypes, à un moment donné, décidez de vous battre, décidez de dénoncer les choses.
I'm not victim, but I can explain how we fight against this phenomenon, or in my country, or the best way to fight is to increase awareness of young people about tolerance, cultural diversity, importance of mutual life. I don't know what more. Through different tools, maybe some debates, some film festivals, different cultural programs.
So thank you for your attention.
We hope that make you to think about the problem of lack of cultural diversity.
Let's hear Amal talking about her personal story on religious discrimination.
Today I would like to speak about employment in Belgium, and because I am a student and I am the workers, but it's very difficult to find a job. And why it's difficult to find a job? For me, it's difficult because we have a lot of discrimination, and I can explain a specific discrimination about the appearance, specifically about religious appearance. And like you see, I am Muslim, so I put the headscarf, and it's not easy to find a job. For example, in 2011, I found a job in Ministry of Belgium. It's a student job, and I am very happy when I receive the letter about my application, and when I see, this summer I can work and in the beautiful building. But when I went to sign my contract, I enter in the room and I sit with the other students. I sign my contract, but few minutes after, a woman went to me and she said me, "Excuse me, can I speak with you?" I say, "Yes, why not?" She said me, "Sorry, but you can work for us because you put the headscarf. So if you want to work with us, you need to put off the headscarf." And I am very disappointed and shocked. I said directly, "No, it's not possible for me." For me, it's a big problem, because if you want to improve the integration, if you want to improve the feeling to appartenance, if you want to improve the feeling of appartenance to the country, we need to give the chance and in despite your appearance or your culture. So today I am happy because it's the first time for me to pass in front of the camera, and I put my headscarf, and I am very happy because I meet people to accept me, like just me, and not with concession. Voilà.
And now we are going to present you a special case of a topic that says it is really important to think with your own head while following rules. It is about revolt. I've spoken to two guests that are from the AGC event in Brussels, and they will share their story with us. And now at the studio at the Agora Youth Citizens happening these days in Brussels, in Belgium, I have the pleasure to announce my guests. It is Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Mil.
And Elizabeth.
Hello, Mil.
The reason why I asked you to be my guest in the studio is because I want you to share your experience about a very specific process that happened on this assembly. It is something that happened at the very beginning, organized by our facilitators here. And my first question to you, Joe, what were you trying to simulate at the first days of the assembly? Maybe some example of something that happens in the world?
Yeah, I think that the point was that besides talking about it in theory, I think it was also to show and to feel injustice ourselves. And maybe not only with ourselves, but also with the people around us. And to check out, like, to which point do we let it go? Till how far do we allow this injustice to take place?
So basically, the facilitators divided the young people into groups, and some groups had a higher status than others, simulating what actually can be very dangerous in society. And what happened? At a certain point, you revolted.
I was not the only one to revolt, but first of all, just to talk about that, I didn't understand what was happening. I was thinking, bad luck for them, really bad luck. But at one point, you begin to think and say, yeah, maybe we can propose something different. And we begin to propose something different, but it didn't end up to happen. But nobody react. That was something that touched me, touched us, and voila.
And then you wanted to do something. That is a really healthy thinking of a young citizen. And is this process something that happens in society? Can you see these divided societies in real life?
Oh yeah, Mil, I think absolutely. I think in society there is I strongly believe there's many structures which are very finely built and finely tuned, and where we cannot put easily our finger on some injustice, because it seems all like in the exercise, it's like, yeah, that's bad luck, but maybe it's not bad luck. Maybe something is really smelly and it's not okay. And the question is also like, will we wait till tomorrow, or do we really act today? Because the more we wait, the harder it gets to react. So I do believe, yes, there is absolutely a lot of injustice in society.
There is rules, but we can question the rules. It's very important to question the rules. We have a society where we have parliament. Parliament are there to question what's happening, and they make rules, and that's one point of questioning the rule. But by yourself, in your own head, you can discuss the rule and say, yeah, I think there is stuff that are legitimate, and there are stuff that are legal, and between the two. Sometimes you are between the two, and you must find your own way between legitimate and legal, and that's when stuff happen.
Yes, we did it. This Wedia show is over, but we hope we have inspired you.
Please join us online at the social networks profile of C and Mil, and hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you,
Mil.